We are going old school. Check this video out because our next guest wants to change the world one meatball at a time. Antoinette Gangi. She has a very unique approach to her famous Sunday sauce and meatballs. It stirred up a lot of controversy and interest, so much that her recipe has gone viral. Antoinette is in our Good Day kitchen this morning with a little secret to the family meatball recipe. Nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here with you today to roll my meatballs, to introduce my meatballs to you.
I have to say, Antoinette, when I heard what you were doing, I remember, like, you know, family members doing this years ago.
Yes, this is a grandma's recipe from Naples, Italy. We don't fry them, we don't bake them, we roll them and we drop them in the sauce.
You know what it is? I think that got people a little, you know, peaked was because, like, is it really cooked? You know, everybody's so worried about, you know.
It is, and you know, it cooks at 160 temp for almost 2 hours. The flavor gets absorbed into the meatball. It doesn't block out. When you fry it, you block the flavor out of the meatball.
Yeah, but I like the fried thing, because I eat the fried meatballs. I can eat 100 of them before we even sit down.
I love the fried meatballs right out of the pan, but once they go into the sauce, it's a whole different story. And everyone has their own choice. There's no right or wrong way. But this way, the flavor gets absorbed into the meatball. They're succulent. They're so flavorful. They're tender. They're never hard. And when you bake them, you leave the flavor in the pan.
All right.
This is why we've created a meatball guide. It just came out yesterday. I'm introducing it today on your show.
Okay.
A meatball guide to answer all your questions. They don't fall apart. They don't break. There's many secrets when you roll the meatball, and you and I are going to do it now.
Okay, so what do you use for your meat?
Okay, so 8515 ground beef sirloin, and we like that because it's not greasy at all, the sauce.
Yeah.
And when we mush it, do you mind if we get started?
No, I don't mind mushing it.
I washed my hands. Let's get started, and we'll roll them.
Do you put any bread or anything in here?
Yes, there's breadcrumbs, no bread. There's flavored breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
There's, I use granulated garlic and granulated onion, so there's no chunks.
Oh.
They're very soft. Fresh parsley is the key, and the grated locatelli, Pecorino Romano. It's got to be locatelli.
Locatelli?
Yes, yes. Locatelli is the key. It brings out all the flavor.
Okay.
You know, it's sheep's milk, so it's the best. Let's get rolling.
Okay.
And we'll start. Okay.
So you just roll
them, but every third meatball, and this is a secret, every third meatball, first of all, wet your palms.
Yeah, because that makes it less sticky, right?
And you have a little bowl there for you.
Okay.
And it's not just sticky. What it does is, it also creates the meatball to stay together. It's so tender and so wonderful. And then we drop it in the sauce.
My ball's bigger than yours.
That's fine. You can make them as big as you want.
Okay, good.
I can make them bigger as well.
I'll go smaller.
But every third, we roll our hands. We put our hands in the you don't have to do it each one.
And then, Antoinette, how long do you cook the meatballs in the sauce for?
Okay, I cook them for almost 2 hours because I've got other meats in there.
Right. You got the braciole and everything?
I have the braciole, I have the pork,
You don't
the
put
neck
gobble-gole in there, right?
No, no.
Just checking.
We have the sausage, azazicha, but these meatballs are perfect, and we drop them in the sauce.
I'm a pretty good...
Yeah.
Ball roller.
I have an e-cookbook, Rosanna. Rosanna, I have an e-cookbook. It's on my Instagram, and it's also in my web. I have a website, so it's Antoinette'sItalianKitchen.com, and you can find everything there. You can find my recipes for everything, for all my recipes. My e-cookbook has 45 recipes plus 20 additional.
I love this. How much?
The e-cookbook is just so, the cost is minor. It's so inexpensive.
All right, so we're going to do this.
It's so inexpensive.
So, listen, I got to eat this. I got to try this.
Yes,
because
I want you to try
what I was worried about was that the meatballs were going to fall apart in the sauce for cooking.
Exactly. Look how beautiful they come out.
They come out beautiful.
I brought some that are pre-cooked already. Yeah. You can cut them.
Did you make this yesterday or today?
I made these yesterday.
I knew, because it's better the day after.
Always the day after, yeah. We also, I want to just tell you this, and we've hit 300,000 followers, and La Monica Fine Foods has gifted us this wonderful trip under Antoinette's Italian Kitchen, 3 days, 2 nights to the Venetian, fully paid for 2. Yeah, La Monica's wonderful. I love their seafood.
Okay.
And it's a trip that we're offering to the Venetian and a private cooking session with Antoinette in my home in Las Vegas.
And you're on your website?
Yes, go on
So
my
anybody
website,
can, like, apply for
Instagram.
this?
Yes, Antoinette's Italian Kitchen.
Do you have to like meatballs? That's good.
Yeah, they are. Thank you.
This reminds me of the old days.
It is the old days. All of my cooking is authentic. It's very old world, but simple recipe, simple ingredients, simple recipe. They're all very quick recipes. Families today are always on the go. I have lots of meals that are feeding a family of 4 for $25 or
that's
under.
good.
Healthy meals.
Yeah.
Healthy meals. I have such a selection, and everything is all. I've been cooking since I'm 10, Rosanna, and I have to tell you something. The passion of my cooking and the love, it's not just about the taste of the food, it's about the feeling of the food, bringing families back together.
We need that,
we
Antoinette.
need that.
You know, there's a lot of
Communication.
distractions. Sunday
Yeah.
used to be a time you could not
Every
miss that
Sunday.
meal
Couldn't.
unless you were dead.
Well, I've still carried the tradition, and you sat on that chair and you finished that meal, and we sit around our table every Sunday for hours, from my sons to my family, my
love
grandchildren. I just pass on all the traditions of the old world, and I want to bring everybody back to the table, and I want to change the world one meatball and one recipe
You're
at a
doing
time.
it already.
Thank you.
so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on
much.
Good Day and
You're
sharing your
wonderful.
recipe.
Thank
You're
you, and I'm
terrific.
glad you loved my
I
meatball.
loved your meatball.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank
Antoinette
you.
Gangi, everybody.
Thank you.